Hey guys, today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Netherlands Culture Fun Facts about the Netherlands. So there's, I think when I think about Dutch culture, I think about like bikes and a lot of like ecological culture. I think people tend to be like very worried about the environment. They tend to be like very green. I'm thinking like windmills and tulips, but I don't know what they do with that. It's like I don't know if that culture it can be considered like a culture. Oh, actually, I think punctuality. I think they tend to be like very punctual. And also, like, when I think about Dutch culture, I think there's also, like, the thing about being, like, very direct and they'll tell you things, like, straight up to your face. Maybe that's another facet of Dutch culture. I don't know. I don't even say the language as well. I don't know. I'm super excited to see, like, what this video is all about. So let's check it out.
Cheese. Beer.
Great.
Windmills.
Yes.
Bicycles.
Yes.
Canals.
Yes.
And culture. Can you guess which country I'm about to talk about?
One country.
The Netherlands. Today, I'm delighted to share some fun and interesting facts about the Netherlands. Bicycles rule. The Netherlands is known as a cyclist's paradise. It boasts an extensive network of bike paths, and approximately 27% of all trips in the country are made by bicycle.
That's insane.
Tulip mania. The Netherlands is renowned for its tulips. However, did you know that during the 17th century, tulip bulbs were so highly valued that they sparked an economic frenzy known as tulip mania? At the peak of the craze, a single tulip bulb could cost as much as a grand house.
What?
Dutch cheese delights.
A house?
The Netherlands is a cheese lover's dream. Gouda and Edam are the most famous varieties. But the country boasts over 1,000 different types of Dutch cheese.
1,000?
Be sure to try a cheese tasting or visit the traditional cheese markets in cities like Alkmaar or Gouda. Windmills galore.
There's a city called
Windmills are an iconic symbol of the Netherlands. Although their numbers have significantly reduced over time, you can still find over 1,000 windmills scattered throughout the country. Visit the Kinderdijk or Zaanse to see picturesque windmills in action.
In the tulip fields?
The Delta Works.
You can't get more like that.
The Netherlands is known for its innovative engineering solutions to combat the threat of flooding. The Delta Works, a massive system of dams, storm surge barriers, and dikes, protects the low-lying country from the North Sea.
That's incredible.
It's a marvel of Dutch engineering and even considered one of the 7 wonders of the modern world.
Yeah, like how could you
Dutch pancakes. Indulge in some delicious Dutch pancakes, known as pannenkoeken. These pancakes are larger and thinner than the American variety, and can be enjoyed with both sweet and savory toppings. Be sure to try the traditional stroopwafel, a delightful treat made of 2 thin waffles filled with caramel syrup.
They're so good.
Famous artists. The Netherlands has produced some of the world's most renowned artists. Masters like Rembrandt van Rijn, Johannes Vermeer, and Vincent van Gogh hail from the Dutch artistic tradition. You can explore their works in museums such as the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam.
That's in Amsterdam.
The Dutch East India Company. In the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company was the first multinational corporation. It played a significant role in global trade, establishing colonies and trade routes across Asia, Africa, and the Americas. The Dutch royal family. The Netherlands is a constitutional monarchy with a rich royal history. The House of Orange-Nassau has been the ruling dynasty since the establishment of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in 1815. King Willem-Alexander is the current monarch. Dutch festivals. The Netherlands love to celebrate, and there are numerous unique festivals throughout the year. King's Day, or Koningsdag, on April 27th is a nationwide celebration with street parties and flea markets.
Oh my God, another little
Carnival in the southern regions and the Flower Parade of Zundert are also worth experiencing. These
love to go
are
there.
just a few fascinating facts about the Netherlands. Whether you're exploring the vibrant cities, charming countryside, or immersing yourself in Dutch culture, this captivating country has much to offer.
Okay, so it was funny because it was like, yes, windmills are part of it, and also bicycle culture is of course a part of like the Netherlands culture. But it's funny that it was like 27% of like the trips, all the trips in the Netherlands are taken by bike. That surprises me because it's like 27%. That's like so many. Like people don't use their cars at all, even just in trips, because I can understand just using their bikes in their commute, in a daily commute, to go to school, to go to do their work, to their jobs, maybe like picking up the kids and getting the kids up to school. But you know, it's crazy to me. That is like, no, also like actual like longer trips, like you're just like us when you go like, hey, let's go out for the weekend. Like I would grab a train. I don't know. I would grab a car. I would not grab a bike because it's like, I don't know. To me, I think bicycle, when you're like cycling long distances, at least to me, but I think that's not the Dutch culture. I think to me, it says more of like, oh, I'm doing it as an exercise form, you know, as a sport. It's more like sport related. If I'm like, you know, riding my bike to like, I don't know, to somewhere far away, it's like, okay, you know, if it's not right between my area, that again, it's like, I'm gonna ride my bike as in like a sports situation, and it's gonna be like sports related. It's not like I'm thinking, oh, you know, I want to go visit like this beautiful charming town, I'm gonna go and grab my bike. It's like, no, I would grab a train, I would grab a bus, I would take a bus, I would grab my car, I don't know, I would do like so many things. And taking up, you know, driving a bike, riding a bike would never be like a part of it. So it's like, but again, I'm not Dutch, so you know, that's me in my plain non-Dutch mind. So it's crazy, like on one hand, incredible. But again, a little insane to me that they like the long trips are just, you know, we just grab our stuff and put it in a little basket and we just like, you know, we drive. So we ride. So it's like, okay, crazy. But on the other hand, I love all the shops, all the cheese and the stroopwafels. I think like the Netherlands, maybe when you think of like, oh, Dutch food, I am thinking like stroopwafels and maybe cheeses. That's probably what I'm thinking of. But also, like, of course, Dutch pancakes. It never occurred to me to think of, like, of course, Dutch pancakes are, like, were made in the Netherlands. And, of course, they don't call it Dutch pancakes because for them, those are the pancakes. Like, they can't, you know, they don't really exist in the context. Like, maybe, like, when you're thinking of a traditional pancake, that for them, maybe that's, like, an American pancake and not just a pancake, which is funny because, like, of course, they're there. They're not going to be pancake. Oh, it's a Dutch pancake. I think a Dutch pancake to me, it's more of a crepe. Like it has more in common with a crepe because they're like very soft and very, I don't know, like they're thinner, they're softer, they're more airy than traditional pancakes, which I think are like sturdier. And yes, like the texture I think is a little bit different, but maybe I could be totally wrong about this. I'm surprised at like how many, like what's the traditional way to eat like a Dutch pancake in the Netherlands? Maybe it's just like powdered sugar, and maybe like some strawberries. That's it. Or maybe so raspberries. Maybe that's the traditional. But I'm wondering if they have like another thing because they also like you can also like eat them like with like not non-sweet things. And I'm like, okay, so like what? Like what's not a sweet thing? Like I'm thinking like I'm hoping they don't like put like chicken or ham or some other like cold meat on the pancake. That to me is a little strange. Maybe cheese. I can take cheese. Like that sounds interesting. But again, I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm hoping like this you're gonna find like I don't know, like a cheese, like or maybe like a steak in the pancake. I don't think that goes well. But I don't know. Who am I to dictate like what they eat? I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm just like questioning and wondering. But I do love another thing that I love about this. Oh, like they also like they take like a lot of pride in their, I think at least they take a lot of pride in their like their festivals and their kings and their monarchy, which I'm surprised as well. Like it's like I was expecting it to be like, oh, it's the monarchy as well, like this royal family only like started in the 1850s, which I'm like, okay, isn't that like a short amount of time? I was expecting it to be like, oh, when the dynasty started, like back in the 1600s. I don't know. It's like 1850. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, I know that obviously it's like what 300 years ago, something like that, 250. But in my mind, it doesn't. It's like that was like I don't know. Like it's not that long ago. I think like most people like are that's where like where your great grandparents lived. I don't know. Like it's not it's not that far away as I was thinking. Like in a time period, I was expecting something further. But something that I think, I don't know, I can be again totally wrong. And I want to go now. Want to go to like the flower parade because it looks beautiful. But I think something about it is like I'm surprised by instance. Just like I know that it wasn't part of the video, but again, I know that they're very proud about like all the things that again they're like part of the Dutch culture. That the architecture I think is very particular in, you know, like it's like you can see the buildings and you're thinking, especially like when they're like in front of the canals and you're thinking, oh my god, it looks so Dutch. Like I can't explain it. I'm not an architect, but when I see like a Dutch facade, I'm like, oh, that seems like a Dutch facade. Like it's inspired by that. And seeing it like this in one of the clips they were showing, it was like, oh, they look just like New York brownstones, like in Brooklyn especially. And I was thinking, of course, because obviously like New York was founded by the Dutch. So I think like it's interesting to see like the Dutch culture and how it has expanded and things that we don't really typically like associate with Dutch and with Dutch people in general and with the Netherlands. Again, like the brownstones in New York are like, I can see like where it stems from. Maybe I'm totally wrong about this, but I think just looking at them like that, I can definitely see like, oh, they're probably like, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that they were inspired by this because again, you know, they were like the same people that sort of like brought this architecture to that place. So it is like, it's interesting to think about it like that. It's like how far reaching can it be? It's like, well, yes, of course, I'll tell you, like it's actually the Dutch Royal India Company, like that was one of the things, but it is sort of like funny that to think about like, wow, that was like so long ago and still like they left like their imprint on so many things in the world. And that was just like one little example of something that's just like, you know what, I know, I thought it was funny. But yes, I love this video and now I want to try the one, I think it was like 1,000. I think it was 1,000 types of cheese. Would absolutely love to go to one of those like cheese tours and try every single one of them. Would love it. I don't know if that's gonna be a goal of mine, and hopefully there's like a tour that actually exists that can offer you like, I want 1,000. I want to try them all. And also again, the flower parade, it looks so pretty, it looks beautiful, and now I would definitely want to go there as well. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.